Hi, my name is Chelsea Cat, and welcome back to more Arknights. So for today, I'm going to start on stage 2. And of course, I just want to say that I will not be doing any of these tutorial stages because I am doing the tutorial video. So let's just get on to stage 2. Let's look at the map. So, two red boxes and it is a linear path with multiple cutoff points. Now, linear path means that there is a path, there's only one path that an enemy can take, so the is very handy. I think it's very important when you play tower defense is that you need to have the eye to see where the cutoff points is. There's multiple in this stage, and usually we will just want to cut off the earliest point from the enemy. So let's just pause the stage. So let's have Yato again and cut off the point right here, face right, just like that. Now, I do want to say that the stage, the two red boxes in this game does not tell you how many enemies are spawning at once. At first, I used to thought that two red boxes means that maybe minimum of two enemies will spawn at once. But assume at some point in the later stages, you see that that is very misleading. The two red boxes does not tell you anything. So the only way to learn about the enemy spawn rate is by blocking them. Actually, I do want to take the time to talk about the operators units, the operator stats. So let's look at Yato again. Now, Yato has her main stats shown are her attack, her defense, her resist, and block. Now, that she has a block of 2 in her traits by right, it literally says she can block 2 enemies. Now, blocking 2 enemies means that she can only block 2 enemies at once. That's 2 incoming enemies at once. So let's say if there were 3 enemies incoming, one of them might just pass through Yato. We will see if that would ever happen. Well, I don't think so. Just like that, I'm pretty sure stage 2 is solved, mission accomplished. Now I think this video is quite short, so I am going to push through more. So let's start with stage 3. Let's look at the map. Okay, so this stage has a red box, is a linear path, but there is a new enemy unit, and that is the drones, the aerial units. Now, aerial units, such as the drones, they just fly past through the stages. They do not care about your melee units. They will fly past through them. So the only way to handle them is to shoot them down. And usually, the archetypes, your operator archetypes are such as snipers are perfect for that. And we'll see why. So let's just start stage. So let's pause the stage. That's a linear path, so as usual, Yato cutoff points face left. And we will wait and react. I do understand. It is very tempting for me to just rush through, put down all my units at once, but waiting and react is the best way to play this game, I would say. So let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, stop. So as you can see, there are 4 units. Yato is overwhelmed. So luckily we do have another melee unit. Noir is a defender. In his trait, he can block 3 enemies. So Yato with 2 blocks, Noir with 3 blocks. So that's a total of 5. That's a solid pair. You'll see this pair a lot throughout the stages. So just like that, problem solved. I do want to mention that, as you can see, there's really no way for you to figure it out how many enemies are going to spawn at once. I do know there is one red box, but that does not mean that, that does not mean the enemies is going to spawn one at a time. The game does whatever it wants, so this is a trial and error. There's no way to figure it other than playing. Now, let's talk about the path. So this is Ranger. Ranger is a sniper unit, and every unit has their own traits and talents. So Ranger's talents, no, Ranger's trait is he's a sniper and he attacks aerial enemy first. So if there were multiple enemies within Ranger's attack range, he is going to shoot down the aerial targets first. So his talents is anti-air master, so his attack will plus 50% when attacking aerial targets. So that's perfect. Units like this is best that we want to maximize his talents as much as he can, like utilize fully of his attack range, because range units are unable to block. Therefore, the only way to really use them is to utilize their attack range as much as possible. So, knowing the path is shown quite clearly, so I'm just gonna block right here and face left. That's it. And just like that. Now, this game, I can't emphasize enough that how this game is a trial and error. I used to brute force the stages a lot, and I soon realized that that kind of thinking was just no good to me, because this I when you brute force a lot, I didn't use my brain. Eventually, I just get overwhelmed by stages, and I spend more time than I should. When I'm playing the games 6 years ago. Anyway, I think I still have time, so we're gonna go through stage 4. Let's look at the map. The path is linear. There's one red box and one aerial unit. So as usual, let's just go practice and play. Pause, Yato, block. Quite simple. And as usual, we'll wait and react. Always be patient. And that right there, that's a sign. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see, where is he going to be? I have a feeling diagonal is probably the path. Yeah, diagonal is the path. Right, there you go, just like that. Okay, so that is the path that the drone is going to take. So let's just put Ranger right here, put it down. Okay, that's it. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. This happens a lot, where once you put down the units and then you realize that the game has other plans. So this is why I said this is a game of wait and react. Now, back then, I would say that it was very tempting for me to just quit the stage, and then I could just take off Ranger and just have him face down in the next run. But I say that it's too early for you to quit, because as this is a game of trial and error, I would say that it's important for you to see through the stages first. Now, let's not forget, I do have 15 health points. That is more than enough for me to go through the stages. So always do not just quit the game. Just stop, play through first. Just observe. Try to get as much information as you can about the stages before you start again, while optimizing, correcting your mistakes. So we'll see. We'll see if Rangers can handle that drone first. One. Oh well, it is what it is. So that's a shame, right? that drone survived with 1 slim health, but that's okay, because we do have other range units. We have Durin's a caster, so let's just put her down and face down, and that's it. This happens a lot. When the stage gets much harder with much more complexity, it is very tempting to just quit the stages. I've done that a lot, and what I did find out is that each time I correct one mistake, I'll just find another one in the next few seconds, and I'm wasting a lot of time and a lot of brain power per stage, per trial. So a very good advice is that if you know that this is a trial and error, always try to find out as much error as you can per trial. This is life advice in general, not just for this game. So mission accomplished, stage 4 is complete, and I think that's enough for this video. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in stage 5 in the next video. Bye bye.